Imagine this: a massive city bus dangling over the edge of a sinkhole, alarms blaring, people screaming, and suddenly, instead of Superman swooping in to save the day, a flying dog appears out of nowhere. Yep, you heard that right. A dog soaring through the sky like it owns the place, grabs the bus with ridiculous ease and places it back on the road as the crowd explodes into cheers. That insane, hilarious moment is exactly how the trailer for Charlie the Wonder Dog kicks off. Owen Wilson's voice brings Charlie to life, giving us a superhero who's equal parts charming, goofy, and unexpectedly heroic. But behind the flying antics and taco-loving energy lies a surprisingly emotional journey about friendship, bravery, and a bond between a boy and his dog that even alien superpowers can't break. Before Charlie became the world's new favorite superhero pup, he was just an ordinary family dog, loyal, playful, and deeply attached to his best friend, Danny. But everything changes the night he gets abducted by aliens. Instead of panicking or running tests like in the usual sci-fi movies, these aliens return Charlie with abilities that look like they came straight out of a comic book. Super strength, flight, insane intelligence, you name it. Suddenly, the dog who once chased his tail is pushing satellites back into orbit and rescuing planes mid-crash. And while the world celebrates Wonder Dog, Danny is left dealing with the hardest part, realizing his best friend now belongs to everyone. The trailer highlights this growing distance in a surprisingly heartfelt way. At first, Danny thinks having a superhero dog is the coolest thing ever. Who wouldn't? But when the fame kicks in, the crowds grow louder, and Charlie's hero duties take over their time together. Danny starts feeling like he's losing the one creature who always understood him. Owen Wilson's warm voice adds a layer of innocence to Charlie, making the dog's confusion even more relatable. He wants to help the world, but he also wants to stay close to Danny. And that emotional tug-of-war sets the stage for a story that isn't just about action. It's about learning what real heroism actually means. But of course, every superhero needs a villain, and Charlie the Wonder Dog delivers one of the most entertaining twists: a telekinetic cat. Yes, a cat with mind-bending powers, who can transfer super intelligence to any feline it chooses. This isn't your regular scratching post house cat. This one has a plan to take over the world, eliminate humans entirely, and rule with an army of genius-level furballs. It's hilarious, weirdly intimidating, and perfectly fitting for an animated adventure. Charlie and Danny are forced to team up again when the villain's plan becomes too big for either of them to handle alone. And that's exactly when the real heart of the movie kicks in. The moments shown in the trailer, Charlie yanking cactus thorns out of Danny, the two of them arguing, reconnecting, and learning to trust each other, make it clear the film isn't just going for laughs. It's pushing a message about courage, kindness, and the idea that being a hero isn't defined by powers, but by loyalty and love. And honestly, that combination of comedy and emotion is something Owen Wilson excels at. From Cars to Marley and Me to even Marmaduke, he knows how to bring warmth and humor to characters that feel larger than life. Charlie might just become one of his most charming roles yet. The supporting cast helps bring the world to life too. Danny is voiced by Dawson Littman, a newcomer who gives the character a genuine sense of vulnerability. Other voices include Tabitha St. Germain, Sebastian Billingsley Rodriguez, Lindsay Gibbon, Anthony Bolognese, and Mela Pietropalo. Their performances blend seamlessly into a universe filled with alien tech, high-speed chases, and comedic chaos. What's especially impressive is how expressive the animation looks. Charlie's facial expressions go from heroic confidence to adorable confusion in seconds, giving him the personality needed to carry an entire story. Behind the animation is Icon Creative Studio, a serious powerhouse in the world of CGI. They're Canada's largest independent CG animation studio, and their resume proves it. They've worked with Disney on Monsters at Work and Young Jedi Adventures, contributed to Apple TV Plus projects like Wandla, and delivered series such as Supernatural Academy, Kong, King of the Apes, and Transformers Earthspark. Their style blends cinematic detail with colorful, kid-friendly visuals, making their work instantly recognizable. With Charlie the Wonder Dog, Icon seems determined to create their next big original hit. And if this trailer is any indication, they're on the right track. The film's director, Shea Wagaman, previously co-directed Rocket Club Across the Cosmos, which showed his ability to craft adventurous animated stories. In Charlie the Wonder Dog, Wagaman teams up with writers Steve Ball and Raul Ingles to create a narrative that merges family-friendly storytelling with superhero-style excitement. The pacing in the trailer moves from comedy to heartfelt moments to high-stakes action without feeling rushed. It's the kind of structure that appeals to both kids and adults, fun enough for younger viewers, but layered enough for older audiences to appreciate. And let's talk about Charlie's powers for a moment. The trailer showcases just enough to tease the possibilities. He doesn't just fly, he glides with confidence. He doesn't just lift things, he lifts them with flair. He even multitasks like a furry Superman, juggling several crises while still stopping to enjoy tacos. This playful balance of superhero spectacle and dog-like silliness gives the movie its charm. It never forgets that Charlie is still, at heart, a goofy family pet who loves simple joys. The visuals make his powers big enough to feel epic, but animated lightly enough to stay humorous. Danny's arc is just as important. We see glimpses of him struggling with loneliness, insecurity, and the fear of being replaced, not just by fame, but by a world that suddenly expects Charlie to be everywhere at once. Those emotional beats give the movie its grounding. It's not just about saving the world from a genius-level cat. It's about saving a friendship that once meant everything. The trailer hints that Danny's courage and Charlie's heart will ultimately be the combination needed to defeat the villain. Their teamwork becomes the core of the story, showing that heroism often comes from connection, not power. With all these elements combined, the humor, the bond, the superpowers, the emotional storytelling, Charlie the Wonder Dog looks ready to join the ranks of animated classics that resonate with families. The animation is polished, the performances feel heartfelt, and the world-building blends everyday life with sci-fi adventure in a way that feels fresh. And Owen Wilson's voice acting ties it all together, making Charlie instantly lovable. Whether it's lifting buses, racing through the sky, or simply being there for Danny, Charlie is shaping up to be a character audiences will root for. The movie is set to hit theaters on January 16th. And if the trailer is any indication, it's going to be a warm, funny, and action-packed ride. A heroic dog battling an evil telekinetic cat. A boy trying to reconnect with his best friend. And an adventure that mixes heart with humor. This film checks every box for an animated family hit. As we wait for its release, fans of superhero stories, animal adventures, or just some wholesome fun have plenty to look forward to. So get ready, because Charlie isn't just here to save the day. He's here to remind us all what real courage looks like.